Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Avery and I have POTS. If you would have watched my last video, that was over a month ago, I talked about how I had to leave college due to my chronic illness at the beginning of January of 2022. So it's been a little bit later, over a month later, and I haven't posted anything else on this channel. And so I thought I'd give you a little bit of a life update because my life in the past couple months is the reason why I have not posted on this channel. First, I want to put on my sweater because I realized I'm cold, so if my, that's why my wardrobe is changing, because I didn't just want to pop in with a sweater on, so, anyway, let's get to this. This is gonna be like a, not all that edited video, I don't think. I just wanted to sit here and chat with you. I didn't take any notes for this, which will be very interesting because my brain fog has been horrible recently. So we'll see how I am able to stay on track. Yeah, last time I talked to you, I was talking about how I had to withdraw from school. I have not rewatched that video, so I don't remember what I pointed on because that video is very emotional and triggering for me. So my last episode that I had when I chatted with you was January 16th around, 2 days before I was supposed to start college, and that's the reason why I had to drop college for the semester. And I've had 2 flare-ups / episodes since then. I had one exactly to the date a month after my last episode, so I had one on February 16th. It was 2 hours difference though, so on January 16th I had it on at 6 a.m. and on February 16th I had it at 4 a.m. So I had been doing well, or as well as I could be, from January to February. In between those times I had been with my parents. They're taking care of me, and I'm staying with them. I'm not able to drive anymore, according to many doctors' recommendations, and so I kind of have to rely on them to go anywhere. I've been seeing multiple doctors. I got into the day before, a couple days before I had my February episode, I just started physical therapy up again, which is something that I did when I was first diagnosed when I was 16, 15. In between those 2 flare-ups, I started a medication called cortisone, which is a medication that I take once a day that constricts your blood vessels to hopefully get the blood moving in your body more. So I have been taking that. That's the only medication that I'm currently taking. I don't know if it's benefiting me because I have had 2 episodes in the past couple months. However, they have not been as severe as my ones in previously, you know. So I don't know if it's because of the medication that I'm on or not. In between those 2 times, I went and saw a cardiologist, is it called an electrophysicist? It's a doctor, heart doctor, that deals with like the electrodes of your heart. And I also got an EKG done on my heart, which looks normal, by the way. And that's all I can really remember. Other things probably happened that I don't remember all that much. I will say, since the episode in January, my appetite has been strange. I don't eat as much anymore, and I don't feel hungry all that often anymore. My appetite has changed. I think it's because the nausea has just been worse, and when you're nauseous, you don't want to eat nothing, you know? So I did have an episode February 16th, and it was at 4 a.m. It really freaked me out that it happened exactly to the date a month after my last one. And I thought it was some like date thing, or I don't know, maybe with my cycle something was on, but I wasn't on my cycle and I wasn't even close to having my cycle. So sorry for the dogs barking. She sees something outside. Anyway, I woke up like I normally do with my episodes to having one in my sleep. I wake up with this ringing in my ears and my heart is racing. I feel like I'm burning on fire, and my heart rate jumps. So I woke up around 4 a.m. whenever I had the episode, whenever I do have my episodes in my sleep, I get amnesia. Kind of like when I wake up, I don't know where I am or who I am for a little bit. And so I had to like get my bearings for a second and then realize what was going on. And I immediately tried to call my parents, who are on the opposite side of the house. However, they sleep with like a giant fan on in their room to like drown out sound. It's kind of like their white noise machine. It's just a big fan they plug into their room. I tried to find my phone, and whenever I even like turned slightly, my heart rate would jump from like 100 to 140, 150 just by me moving my body a little bit and turning it. So it freaked me out, obviously. So I finally found my phone, tried to call my mom, tried to call my dad, tried both of them. I believe both of their phones were on silent because they were asleep, so I don't blame them. They were asleep. I was freaking out at this point, like full-blown freaking out, and I didn't know how to get a hold of them, and I couldn't move unless I wanted to faint on the floor, which has happened before, and I don't recommend it. So I knew that I should not move. And I basically screamed bloody murder for a while until one of them woke up, which is honestly traumatizing for me and for them, because in that situation I felt like I was dying. Like when you're having an episode, you literally feel like you are dying. So I was literally screaming for them to hear me. So they couldn't hear me all that well at first because of the fan, and then I screamed even louder and louder, and finally they rushed and ran into the room and took care of me, all that stuff. I woke up, when they came in the room, I was crying because I was in hysterics, and I was shaking, and my feet and hands were tingly and numb. I sometimes have that with episodes. I feel like the more traumatized I am and freaked out I am, that's when that happens. So that doesn't happen every single time, but it happens quite a few times, because when you're having an episode, it's not good. You're not gonna feel good, you know, like you're gonna be freaked out. I had a mental breakdown, obviously, freaking out. My mom checked everything going on with me, checked my glucose levels. Like we have a glucose tester now, normal. And my blood pressure, I don't remember the exact number, but it was off, because that's what happens. And every single move I made, my heart rate would jump, like high jump. Long story short, the rest of the day they had to walk me to the bathroom. My mom had to run an errand really quickly. I don't remember what for. But my dad was home alone with me, and he was in the next room with headphones on, and like all that, they both had the ringer on from that point on when I woke up screaming bloody murder. And later on in the day, I was writing a book review, I think, for a book that I just finished the day before, and I didn't want to forget anything, and so I got my laptop out and I was sitting on my bed with my feet elevated, because I heard that might help, and I put my compression stockings on at that point, and I was watching, I think, Captain America. I've been trying to do, while I've been away from school, I tried to do a Marvel universe rewatch so I could watch the newer stuff, because I haven't watched any of their newer stuff. But that's on pause because it could trigger me. If ever I have an episode while watching something or listening to something, it takes me a very long time to get back to it because I am very triggered by it. So I was watching Captain America and I have not gone back to it in over a month. And I was watching Captain America and writing a book review, and I felt another painting spell coming on, and I like could feel it coming on, slammed my computer shut, tried to lay down on my bed flat to breathe through it and hopefully make sure it didn't happen, which it ended up happening anyway. But I screamed like, "Dad, I'm having another one," and passed out, woke up, started screaming his name. He's like, "What?" I was like, "Did you not hear me? I said I had a fainting episode. I just woke up from one." He was like, "Oh my god." And so he went and got me like, I think like a cold compress for my head, and I was basically just laying in bed the rest of the day. So that was better than the one that I had in January, which was 5 times. But I think the reason why my episode was so bad in January was because I did not have the support that I have right now. I didn't have somebody to walk me and almost carry me to the bathroom and bring me food and water because moving triggers it. My dad and I had a theory that maybe me working my brain by writing that book review, because I hadn't written or read anything the entire day before or after, and I decided to have an episode while writing a book review. So that's why you will see, if you watch my BookTube channel, I don't have a lot of reviews for some of the books that I read in February because of that episode that I had, and I was scared to write a book review because I had an episode while writing one. So my dad and I think that maybe it's a neurological thing, possibly, because I didn't feel a fainting spell until I started making my brain work, you know, like making it work to write and read stuff. And ever since that episode, I have not been the same with my reading and writing. Like, my brain, sometimes I get headaches sometimes when I read and write, and it doesn't come as naturally to me anymore with the writing specifically. Like, writing, I could knock out a book review in less than 10 minutes and be good to go. It took me 2 hours. Like, whenever I got back to writing book reviews after that episode, a couple weeks later, like, it took me like 2 hours to write a review because my brain wasn't having it. I was having typos on everything, and that's not like me. That's not me. And so we have an appointment with a neurologist hopefully soon to see if something is up with me neurologically, because I have seen a doctor since then, like a general care practitioner. We're not going to be going to him anymore. We just that was our first appointment, but we don't think we're going to be seeing him anymore because I would have to pay out of pocket and not through my insurance to see him. But he basically told me that the things happening in my sleep aren't necessarily normal in POTS patients. I even like reached out to a POTS support group on Facebook to see if this happened to anybody else, and I think I got like 2 people commenting being like, I have something kind of like similar to this but not really the same. Anyway, I also want to say I had an episode on March, I want to say like March 8th, somewhere along those lines, like a while ago, a couple weeks ago for me right now. And that time I only had an episode in my sleep and I didn't faint for the rest of the day. And I honestly, it's because like I did not move a single inch from my bed. Did not move an inch unless I had to pee. And then I had someone walking me. So there have been a few new things going on with me. Sorry, my brain fog sucks. So there have been a few things and things we've realized in the past couple months that we wanted to update you on. First is, if you can see the handle right here, this is my walker. I'll like hopefully show you a video of her right now. But this is my walker, Henrietta. My dad named her. This is Henrietta. And I got a walker with a seat from Amazon shipped to me. And I decided to paint it because I wanted it to look pretty. I didn't want it just to be one plain color. Like, I'm a very colorful person, and so I really wanted this to show that. I didn't want it to be just a boring thing. So I love flowers, so I painted flowers on it. But what essentially sparked me for getting a walker is I was really frustrated because for the past couple months when I've been with my parents, I have to essentially stay in the car and sit in the car because I'm not able to stand for more than 10 minutes without getting a headache, without feeling dizzy, without something going on. And so I didn't even go into stores, and I got really frustrated. And so a solution we found was getting a walker with a seat, so I can just walk it around the store with me and sit whenever I don't feel well, because stores and other places don't have seats for you to sit on. I've never really seen another person with POTS use a walker before, so my friend Spirit, if you're watching this, hi. She actually sent me a TikTok a couple days ago, a person with POTS who went on like vacation somewhere, I don't know where, but like she went on vacation with her walker. Like, she has her walker, she has POTS, and she's walking around with her walker, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen another POTS person with a walker before. That's so cool. But I think I might do like a kind of like deep dive video into my walker and everything. Let me know if you want to see that, because it's been interesting having to have this around with me everywhere. We always have to remember to pack her up and put her in the car. But I also used her a lot when I had my episode in early March, because in the middle of the night, for like after a week after I have an episode, I'm not 100% confident in my ability to stand on my own without fainting. And so when my parents are asleep in the middle of the night, I don't want to wake them up because they need sleep too. And so I use my walker to go to and from the bathroom to make sure I am safe. I've used it in public before and it's been really nice, and I feel like it's very beneficial, and I really recommend it if you are a POTS person and you don't have the money or investment to have a wheelchair. Try a walker out. I know I didn't personally get a wheelchair for me because I know I wouldn't even be strong enough to push myself in a wheelchair. So this is something that is reliable for me, so I'm very thankful for it. Another occurrence that happened is I went and found a new primary care physician on my new insurance. I can make a whole nother video about the issue with chronic illness and disabilities when it comes to insurance plans, especially if you are not able to work or go to school because of your disability or chronic illness, like me. And so you have to pay out of pocket for your insurance a lot. So essentially, just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say, like, I got on a new insurance plan. My previous insurance plan was through my university, but I was not on it anymore because I had to withdraw. And that's basically a PPO plan that I was on. I think that's what it's called, PPO, where you're able to basically go to any doctor that you want that accepts your insurance. They'll take it, you know, like insurance will approve. Whereas I'm on an HMO now, which is a insurance plan where you are only allowed to see the doctor, the one doctor that is on your insurance card. And that's it. And that's the only way you could get referrals to other doctors is through that one doctor. And we picked this insurance plan because it's the only one we can afford right now. I only pay $73 for it a month. And that's the only thing I can afford right now because I'm not in school. I don't want to go too deep into my frustrating rants with insurance, but I went and saw a primary care physician that was on my insurance card, and she was really nice. And I am going to be looking forward to getting to know her more, and hopefully she will listen to me. But I don't think she's the right person to talk about my POTS. She's definitely a doctor I want to see in the future for my general wellness and for my celiac disease, because she brought up some great points with me and my mom when we went and saw her a couple weeks ago. So essentially, she told us that she's not all that familiar with POTS and she's going to leave the recommendations and treatment for my POTS to my cardiologist, which is a little bit frustrating for me because my cardiologist is also not very familiar with POTS. It's very hard to find a doctor who specializes in what's going on with you that takes your insurance if you are disabled or chronically ill. Anyway, I don't want to go into a big rant about it, obviously. So one of the main things that she asked me was if I had my celiac disease looked into again, since I was diagnosed in 2005. And of course not, because the only way that you treat celiac disease is by eating gluten-free diet. And I was like, why would I need to see a doctor about that if I only eat a gluten-free diet, you know? And she told us that there are some rare cases where people who have celiac disease still have flare-ups and issues even if they are on a gluten-free diet. And I was like, wonderful, watch that be me. And so she basically said that if I have an imbalance with my celiac disease, that could affect my POTS, because a lot of people who have POTS also have celiac disease. It's kind of like a something that is very common to be linked together, you know? And so I got a referral to a gastroenterologist, which will be very interesting because last time I saw a gastroenterologist was when I was first diagnosed with celiac disease, back when I was little. And that's, if you don't know what a gastroenterologist is, he's kind of like a intestine, stomach doctor kind of like thing. And I've had kind of like traumatic experiences with gastroenterologists, like very traumatic experiences that my mom literally had to take me from the room from because it was traumatizing, of what doctors did to me that was not consensual. Anyway, we had one appointment with that doctor and switched one. But gastroenterologists have not been my favorite thing ever, and I'm a little, honestly, very nervous for it because of the past trauma that I've had with them and nervousness that I've had with them. So yeah, I tried to see if any, because I got a referral call and they were like, okay, out of these doctors, which one would you like to see for your gastroenterologist, because they take your insurance? And I was like, well, which one are women? I'm way more personally comfortable around women. I don't know why, but males of authority really give me a lot of anxiety and really spark my social anxiety a lot. And so I was like, if any of them are women, I'd really appreciate it. She was like, unfortunately, there are no women, they're all men. I was like, okay, just pick one, it's fine. We're gonna see how that goes. And I also have a referral to a neurologist. I'm gonna need a call any day to see if we can get an appointment with one. Because we do think that something else is going on neurologically with me. And then I also started up physical therapy. I've been a couple of times. I normally go twice a week. My physical therapist's wife just had a baby, and so he's on like paternity leave for like a week or two. And so I'm doing mostly at home exercises. And so let me know if y'all want to see a video of me showing you my PT physical therapy exercises. I realized through those through going to physical therapy, how weak I am, like mentally and physically. Just some of the things that I would do in physical therapy would literally tire me out and make me winded. And I'm like, this should not make someone winded. Anyway, whatever. So I have been enjoying physical therapy, and I think that it is benefiting me in some way. We'll see if it benefits me in the long run. I'm on a new supplement thing. I found out a lot of people who have chronic migraines and who need electrolytes take this. I'm not taking liquid IV anymore because it has a lot of sugar in it. I'm now taking this and Gatorade Zero that has like no sugar in it. Packets. Like, you get a packet of it and put it in a water bottle. So this is what's called Light Show, and it has like a dropper, and you put a couple drops in your water bottle, and it'll have like added electrolytes in there. And this helps with migraines and a bunch of other stuff. And it doesn't taste like anything, really, unless I did one time accidentally put more drops than I should have in a bottle. And honestly, the only taste that I could taste was like lemon water. It tastes like lemon water if you put a lot of drops in there. But I do recommend this if you're wanting electrolytes, and if you have like chronic migraines or any chronic pain or treatment where you need more electrolytes. This is great. I got it off of Amazon. And then I also wanted to touch on briefly the mental part of me. No one really talks about the mental stress and kind of like mental trauma and you have while having a chronic illness. And these past couple months have been probably some of the worst ever when it comes to my mental health. It's been very hard and very sad. I literally had a breakdown a couple days ago because I had to open up my school email in over a month because I have to take my teacher certification exam, still one of them, by May 5th. And so I had to open up my email to see how to sign up for one. And there's like so many emails in there, and I just got super emotional and everything, because thinking about school right now is very triggering for me, because I was so looking forward to this, and I had planned on graduating in December, and I've been in college for a very long time. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it really anymore. Makes me kind of sad. So I've been kind of down in the dumps. I have high days and low days, and I will say, like, every time that I have an episode or a flare-up or a fainting spell, it literally feels like part of my heart has broken off my body, because it is just gut-wrenching. It is hard and gut-wrenching and difficult, and it's hard to find happiness when all you're thinking about is your chronic illness and what could happen to you and what has happened to you and what could go wrong and what hasn't gone right. For example, my episode in March, I had been doing a lot of different things. I was on phlogic cortisone and medicine. I was doing Sorry for the dog. I was doing physical therapy regularly. I was seeing doctors. I even changed my diet to cut out a lot of things out of my diet. I don't eat that much sugar. I cut out dairy. Like, I cut out so many different things in my diet. I'm not eating as many carbs. I have lost over 10 pounds since January, which losing weight can be a positive thing from this experience to some people, but the weight that I've lost has not necessarily been a 100% positive thing. I've been wanting to get more fit and like be more comfortable in my own skin, and I thought working out every day and eating better would help me before all this crap happened, but I ended up losing some weight. I don't know if it's even more now, but I'm not necessarily 100% happy about it because I didn't lose it in the way that I had planned and expected to. I've lost it because I think one of the main things is my appetite has changed and I haven't been eating as much. I haven't been hungry. And I spend a lot of time laying down in my bed because I'm petrified of moving sometimes. And I think it just like, yeah, it's good that I've been losing weight because that's been kind of like a goal of mine for a couple of years, but I don't like the way that I am losing it. I think the mental part of all of this has been what I've been struggling with the most, honestly. I've just been really sad a lot of the time, and so I've been trying to do things that will raise my spirits. And I want to say thanks to everybody who gave me a lot of advice and things to do while laying in bed, like activities. I've been doing a rewatch of my favorite old Disney Channel shows. I finished Just with Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck, and I'm almost done with the Wizards of Waverly Place. They're just great comfort shows that I don't have to use a lot of brain power to watch. So yeah. So that's the general gist of what has happened recently in the past 2 months since I last updated you. There was more that happened, obviously, but my memory is shot. It is completely shot. So, let me know down below what kind of videos you would like to see from me. But anyways, thank you all so much for your support and love. I really appreciate it. But I hope that I can see some doctors soon that will give me some answers. So, yep. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see y'all soon in my next one. Bye, y'all.